So one thing that I've been thinking about lately is forgiveness. Um, because I think that this could be something that could be misunderstood as far as what it looks like. And I was thinking about that with my own life because um, this was something that I had been really struggling with for many years, with the person that I don't have contact with anymore. But I was thinking, like, what actually happened? Like, how did I get to this point of forgiveness, with something that really, something that I really struggled with. And I never actually thought that I'd be able to reach a place where I am now. And for years, I just thought that forgiveness was something that you just decide to do. Like, you make the choice, you pray about it, you tell yourself to let it go, and then eventually you're supposed to feel free. But when I look back at my own life, I realize, like, oh, like, that's not actually what happened. There was someone who hurt me really deeply years ago, and I just always kept finding myself mentally returning to that story. And sometimes it would look like, replaying old conversations, or it would look like wondering, if things would have been different, or it was just kind of thinking, about the situation just way more than I wanted to. And as I was reflecting on it, I realized, I don't think the deepest question was, like, did I forgive this person? I think the question that I sort of came to was like, okay, what still has my heart? Because when I look back, when I look back in terms of, like, how I got to where I am now, every piece of evidence that I have as far as healing that was taking place wasn't evidence that I had forgiven them, if that makes sense. Like, it was just evidence that my heart didn't revolve around that story anymore. And that's just a really important distinction that I want to talk about, because sometimes we can assume that, the problem is that we can't stop thinking about the person who hurt us. But I don't think that that's usually the real problem. I think that our minds get to this place where we continue to return to those places because somewhere deep down, part of us still believe that if we could just understand what happened, and if we could just, make it make more sense, or if we could receive the apology that we deserve and get this form of closure, then we will just finally be okay. In other words, we just unknowingly attached part of our healing to something that we can't really control. And that is why it gets to this point where you just replay conversations for years. Maybe that's why we imagine saying all of these things that we never got to say. And why we keep wondering whether the other person has truly changed. And I think it's just because a part of us believe that they hold the answer to something that really only God can give. And I think that's why Jesus does something that's way deeper than just asking us to simply forgive. I don't think that he starts our forgiveness by asking us to let go in the first place. I think what he starts to do, based on what's happened to me, is he starts to change what our hearts are attached to in the first place. Because when I first started getting serious about following Christ, I didn't go in with the intention of trying to be a more forgiving person. Like, I didn't go into it thinking, like, I need to follow God so that I can forgive this person. I genuinely was just trying to know him. I was studying scripture, learning to trust him, learning who he said I was and how he transforms people. And then somewhere along the way, something happened that I didn't even notice at first. The wound that I had for years that I never thought that I'd heal from, it slowly stopped to become the center of my life. And forgiveness was not the first thing that happened. It was formation. my desires just started to naturally change. My priorities, my attention, and my identity just slowly started to naturally change. And without realizing it, Christ just became way more captivating to me than this wound that I had been carrying. And I think that's why Jesus talks so much about the heart, because whatever our hearts are the most attached to will just naturally shape everything else. You know, like Jesus says, where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. And I think that's exactly what happened to me. My treasure just changed, and eventually my heart just followed it. And, you know, I also realize, you know, that understanding someone and forgiving someone, they aren't the same thing. You know, like I understood intellectually before why somebody hurt, like why this person hurt me, right? Like I understood the past, their past. I understood that, you know, in general, hurt people just hurt people. But I still carried the weight of what they did, because information, you know, the information that I had, it explained their behavior, but it didn't necessarily heal the wound. Only Christ did that. And he's the only one that can do that. I don't think Jesus just convinced me that what happened was okay. I think he just slowly convinced me that what happened to me didn't have the authority over who I was becoming. And those are really two different things. And I think that is actually what forgiveness looks like. You know, I don't think it's going to be always this one dramatic moment where you just suddenly wake up one day and you feel different. I think that sometimes it's only obvious in hindsight, you know, where one day you realize months later, like, oh, I haven't thought about them anymore. I haven't replayed old conversations, or, you know, now you can hear their name and your body doesn't cringe the way that it used to. And I stopped needing answers that used to feel like really essential. And one day you just wake up and you don't feel like you need to wait for the apology anymore. And then you just stop needing the story to end differently before you can move forward. And that is basically what happened to me. My past, it didn't disappear, but because Christ became so much greater than my past, it sort of just naturally happened. And I think that is just a really interesting picture of what the gospel actually does. It doesn't just teach you how to manage old wounds. It literally creates a new heart. And when Christ becomes the center of your life, forgiveness usually just becomes the fruit instead of the goal. And that's exactly what happened to me. That is why I don't think you can always teach someone how to forgive in like 5 steps. Because I don't think that it's something that you can just manufacture. I think that it's just something that will slowly start to grow in you as Christ transforms the person that you're becoming. And looking back now, I don't think the miracle was that like, oh, I finally figured out how to forgive this person that had such a chokehold on me for many years. I think the miracle is like, oh, Jesus slowly became way more captivating than this wound that I had spent years carrying. And once the center of my life changed, forgiveness just naturally began to find its place. And that is how I believe you can truly reach the forgiveness that you might be looking for in your own life. If you enjoyed this conversation, don't forget to like and subscribe. Or if you know someone who's struggling with forgiveness themselves, maybe share this video. Maybe they need to hear this too. I really encourage you to join me on my Bible studies that I do Monday through Thursday at 8 p.m. We are going through the Bible chapter by chapter, starting from Genesis. I do have membership options as well. I also do private coaching sessions if you're looking for more like individualized support, or if you need someone to really help you, walk through and navigate what you're going through. But if you made it all the way to the end, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.